Hai, kembali lagi di Creative Talk bersama saya dan saya kedatangan tamu teman lama namanya TJ Mathews. So, how are you, man?
Hi, great,
Good.
great. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. This is a nice house.
Thank you.
So, today you have this exhibition at your house, right?
I do, yeah.
And then can you explain to me what is the exhibition for?
Yeah, so I'm having an art show in my home. I actually read a New York Times article this summer and I learned that many artists were starting to have art shows in their residence, their apartment, their condo, their townhome, their house. And I decided this summer that I would have a show in my own home. So I've been doing the abstract photography now for 35 years. And it had been a few years and now I have these pieces up here today.
So basically, what is the idea of having the art show at your house?
It's just a comfortable place. I had an opening a few weeks ago and many people came and we had food and wine and sodas and conversation and many questions about my art. So I'm getting some good response.
So what is their opinion about your art?
I think they love it.
Did they buy some?
There are some. I've sold some pieces, yes. I think I'm very interested in my art hanging in other people's homes so they can appreciate it and maybe other people will come and see that, you know. It's not really about making money, it's more about sharing what might be beautiful for other people.
Okay, TJ, so tell me about yourself, about your historical background.
I consumed a lot of art when I was growing up. My parents took me to museums, I saw ballet, I saw opera, I saw sculptures in public places in both Chicago and Los Angeles, and dance. And all of those things had a greater influence on me than photography itself. I think my greatest influences were modern art and modern dance. And those are parts of the art world that do not necessarily reflect in photography, and I have always wanted to try to do that if I could.
So what about the process of making this art?
Oh, in this particular show with the newer pieces, they're all from 2015 and 2016, they are all iPhone, all of them, no more camera. I did over 30 years of using 35mm slide film, and so these are all iPhone pictures, and I am making an attempt to confuse the iPhone in my work, which is part of my strategy, and I use different manipulations, not so much digital, but trying to confuse the phone itself when I take photographs.
And what about the expressions? Do you think that the iPhones or the new technology you can express yourself on this?
Well, I mean, billions of people are using these phones, smartphones, not just iPhones, you know, and they're taking all sorts of photographs now. One of the places that I'm displaying my art is on Instagram, where many people, you know, artists are there from all over the world, and I'm meeting some of these people, so that expression is definitely, it's exploding, if anything.
That the new generation, they have to learn about 35 first, then they go to the iPhones, or?
Well, look at me. My influences were not photography.
I see.
So
this is not about the tools, right?
No, not necessarily. If you have a creative mind, you can make art. And you can learn things about creativity by consuming creative things. Going to museums, taking your children to museums, going to see dance, thinking about some of these things, talking about poetry. You know, wherever it happens to be. All these things are available to us.
Okay, TJ, this is my last question. What is creativity?
Creativity is, if anything, I think it's an energy. It might be a spiritual practice where you find that, or it's from your experience in nature. It's not necessarily something that you can hold on to. So, but it's a muscle that can get stronger. And so, as I was saying earlier, I think that that's something that's a healthy thing for people to aspire to, is to tap into creativity.
So, itu dia tadi obrolan kita sama TJ Mathews. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat buat kita semua. Okay, TJ, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to wait for your next art exhibition.
Oh, great.